Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're jumping back into King Arthur Legends Rise, this time with a series of videos going through the different dungeons and my favorite teams for each one of them. This time we're going to be jumping into Gorgos, and specifically Gorgos 7, and play with a team that is working very well. You've heard of this three-man team before, this three-hero team before. So we're going to go ahead and go into that team in detail and then run through an example of it. This team actually got me through 8, but not consistently, so that's why we're going to take a look at 7. All right, everybody, there's a lot to discuss as always, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. So a couple days ago, I had a stream and had a blast on that stream. It's a 2-hour stream. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link up to it right over here. Spent a lot of time going through Penvid and the team there and showing that off, and then building this team here, this three-hero team for Gorgos. You've heard it before, so we're going to run through it. Finally got it working with the help of the community, which is awesome. Everybody was fantastic, and it is really a fun team. There's a few things that you have to make sure happen when you use this team, though. So let's go ahead. This team, again, got me through 8. It happened off stream, but it's very inconsistent. I got to build their stats up a little bit. It will take me all the way to the end. I'm pretty positive about that. So let's go into 7. Let's take a look at this team. So we've got Anguish, we have Merlin, and we have Isolde. Let's take a look at where I have each one of these. If I take a look at equipment, I've got Anguish at Vigor and Accuracy. The reason why you want Accuracy, obviously, is to land his dot. His dot is critical in here. Just dots in general are critical against Gorgos, so you want to make sure to land those. And then Vigor, we're going to be using his S3 all the time. And then we've got Merlin's S2, and then we have Isolde's S1. We have to make sure that we attack the boss. One thing to keep in mind is you have to make sure the speed is where it needs to be, because all 3 heroes have to attack before Gorgos attacks. And more importantly, Merlin has to attack before anybody else, because he's going to get that that frozen remains up, so everybody can get that dot immunity. So taking a look at stats specifically, here was my goal, is to get everybody as close to 13,000 as possible. I wanted to get them at 11,000. So I've got him where I want him. He's at 11,000. He's over 1,000 on defense. I'm trying to get that across the board on my dungeon teams, is at least 1,000. I'm sure for 9 and 10, we're going to have to go up a little bit. And then my damage dealers, I want them as close to 2,000 as possible. I've got his effect accuracy sitting at 54%. Anything above 50%, 51% and higher, you are able to stick your dots pretty regularly. I don't know that I don't stick them very often. So that is where I am with them. Anytime I have an opportunity to increase HP through substats, I will focus on that. Also, if there's an opportunity for some additional effect accuracy, I'll keep an eye on that as well. There's some effect accuracy right there. Do I have anything here? I do. Look at that, 21% off this belt. This is a fantastic belt. So that's where I am with him. I'm also trying to get everybody up to 2 purples at that purple awakening, the 2nd star. You get some additional stats there. Nothing special with his chivalry. I don't think I have any chivalry on him. I do. I have this first one here. Actually, yes, sorry. I want to make sure to point this out. With his C1, the critical thing is this Dion Sex Blessing activation condition when attacking. So I think, if I remember correctly, originally this is his passive, and it goes off once there's a dot on the boss. But now this effect accuracy increase lands. He gains this when he attacks. He doesn't have to land a dot first, so that helps quite a bit. If you can get him to a C1, that helps a lot. Let's go talk about Merlin. Merlin, again, need to make sure. Let's look at speed really quick. His speed is sitting at 115. Let's go to Merlin. I think Merlin was lower, but he was still going faster. So he's sitting at 109 right now. We'll see in the video, in the stream, he was consistently going first, so I think we're okay still. I don't think I changed anything. On him, I've got attack and I've got accuracy. Attack because I want to do some damage. Accuracy because you want to land that frozen remains, which is a debuff. And that's what's going to allow you that dot immunity. If we take a look at relics, his S2, this is what you're going to be doing. This is going to grant the attacker dot immunity right here. You've also got 90% chance to recharge the attacker's attack gauge by 30%. This is huge. Grants damage taken decrease to the attacker for 1 turn as well. So there's a lot of buffs that you get. That's why he has to go first. You've got to get that frozen remains up first for everybody else to get that buff. All right. If we take a look at his kit here, over 13,000, that's where I want him. Over 1,000 on defense, that's where I want him. Over 1,000 on attack. I want him closer, actually. I want him higher on attack. But really, it's the frozen remains that we want, but I do want him to do a little bit more damage. He's sitting at 55% total. When I go through substats and stuff, I'm looking for effect accuracy. I'm looking for HP. Anything, I'm looking for defense. Anything where I feel I'm a little low here is what I'm looking for to make him a little bit better. All right, as far as chivalry goes for him, I didn't have to have this in order to make this work, but this is going to help. I just got his C1. This grants all allies Light of Dawn for the rest of battle, which when the weather is day is going to recover 2% HP every turn. That's huge. So we got some additional healing there with him now as well. And then the third one is Isolde. Take a look at her. I have her first one here. You do want to get this. You do want to get her C1 because this turns her attack, her S1 into a heal as well. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to attack because you have to get the buffs. You have to attack the boss to get the buffs, but you want her to do some healing as well, and that's going to help out with that. All right, let's take a look at her equipment. So currently I have her on Vigor and Accuracy. Vigor, obviously, because you need as much Vigor as possible. And Accuracy, because you want to make sure to stick her chill. That's another cool thing about her. Her S1 provides a debuff, a chill. This is a dot. So now you have Anguish's dot and you have Isolde's dot, right? Both of them are going to help out quite a bit. All right. Now, you want to make sure that you have Anguish in the leader spot because he's going to give attack speed up, and that's probably where Merlin comes out on top there. And then these other two over here, you don't need to worry about that fourth. Let's go ahead and start. Now, this barely wins. I mean, sometimes, like, at the very, very end, I've got one standing. So, again, I've got to build up the stats a little bit more, right? Especially to work through the rest of the 8, 9, and 10. So S2 on Merlin, S1 on Isolde, and S3 on Anguish, like we were talking about. Let's go ahead, launch that. All right. So everybody now has the buff. Everybody went first. Merlin, the cool thing with Merlin, there we go. We got the frozen remains. He also has his 90% chance to increase his speed bar. Not to mention just the buff itself helps increase the attack gauge anyway. So he's going to constantly be going. You need to make sure that he constantly lets off that frozen remains. That's why his accuracy needs to be so high. Look at that. Look at all that damage between Isolde's dots and Anguish's dots. Just took him down really quick. Now this second leg of the attack is typically where we hurt a little bit. Look at that. Some nice damage there. Again, Isolde's doing her S1 attack. She's doing a little bit of heal with that attack. Not a lot, but when you have the dot immunity up, which is where most of the damage comes into play. Yeah, there we go. Almost got him. There we go. We're also doing better because I got Merlin's C1, which does that 2% heal for the rest of battle. That's huge. This may be the first time the entire team makes it. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Oh, come on. Let's go. Sliver. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. I swear, it's always at the very end there. So like I said, you've probably seen this before, right? Stu put a video out on it. Stu had heard about this from one of our Discord community members on the official Discord by the name of Nimbus, provided some information around this. I want to say that this was a tactic that we used in the beta as well, and it seems to have carried on over here. All of y'all beta players are going to have to remind me if this was something that we did back then, because right now I can't remember. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you have the team here, then let me know what you think of it. If you don't have this team, what team is working for you best in Gorgos? Are you 8 through 10? Have you finished this? What is your favorite team? What gear are you using? Because gear is definitely very important in this game. All right, everybody, that is what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.